Hey folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Farm Sim 15. We are here, of course, on the, I'm trying to figure out why I can't drive with a handbrake on the hard-working farm. At a rather, well, overcast sort of day. Don't know if we're going to get some rain. I advanced to the next morning because it was, well, quite frankly, getting a little bit dark. So, and I don't know. I don't really like logging in the dark, to be honest with you. Which is, so we can have a look here. You can see, this is what I've been doing. Hey, Uncle Earl, nice you to make an appearance. We have most of this area cleared out. This, of course, is right at our farm, behind the cornfield. So yeah, I think we're just about ready. As soon as I get the rest of these piled up, we should be pretty much ready to start dropping down an orchard or two, and maybe even a small vineyard. So I do look forward to that. Now, as you can see, I've slightly adjusted my logging methods. Come on, bunch it up. There you go. Come on. And sometimes if you... There we are. I want it to be actually locked in there. Perfect. Yeah, I find sometimes if you sort of release the claws a little bit and then grab them back, it'll tighten up the bunch so that you can eventually get it where it's like this, and you can simply pick the entire bunch up and take it where you need it. Which in this case, at least for the moment, I've just been stacking them here at the edge of the field. That tree there is the actual marker, just off to the right of the tractor, is the actual marker for where we're going to have the edge of the orchard. So anything past that is perfectly fine. So yeah, as you can see, I've been using... Now this is a modified leap here. This is the one that I used on the other map. It's the all-wheel steering. I'm just too... I don't know, what's a good word? Let's see, lame? Yeah, that would probably do it. I'm just too lame at driving this stuff to do a good job with the articulated ones, I'm afraid. So, it's much simpler to... Just let me poke along with this guy, because it works really well. You know, certainly as well as pretty much anything else in the game, or the stock ones in the game. What I don't like is that it seems to almost, it's not the loader, but on the bucket itself, or on the log grab, it seems when you try and lower it, it also tilts the log grab. I guess it's just the geometry of the thing. But there we go. Nice little pile. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, basically, is took down, I don't know how many trees. There's probably 10 piled up now, so I don't know, somewhere between 15 and 20 trees. And Scorpion, of course, works real nice because they're all nice fir trees. So it did an awesome job of simply stripping them down. Well, I showed you guys a couple of them. We did a couple on the last episode, so... And that's basically what's been occupying our time. Now, I was actually not going to be uploading this episode right away. I was going to, in fact, do a map review. Because it's been a while. You guys seem to really like map reviews. And I think they're, I don't do mod reviews per se. I do map reviews because I think they're the sort of thing that, unlike a little 20 meg tractor or something you can download and play with it and then look at the log file, and if it's garbage, chuck it out. Maps are a fairly lengthy load. I mean, the one I was going to review was over 400 megs. And the key here is going to review. And I'm going to get the name of it here. Let me have a look. I did write it down. Here we are. Buxalova. B-U-X-A-L-O-V-A. And now that you've heard the name and it has been spelled, my idea on this is avoid it at all costs. I've never seen as many errors on a map as that one. Bad textures, out-of-date shaders, you name it. You'd walk up to a tree, and not one of, what you might think is one of the cuttable trees or anything, just a sort of, one of those 2D cardboard put together kind of tree things, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's just it's not actually a tree, it's 2D trees at a 90-degree angle. Yeah. But you could walk right through them. So you'd think the collisions weren't on. Well, actually they are, but some of the hitboxes were 3-4 feet away from the actual trees. So you'd be walking along and go past something and all of a sudden come to a dead stop. And you're like, well, what the heck? Move over a few more feet and it would let you through, and then you'd realize, oh, I see. This tree happens to have a 6-foot wide hitbox and all of it's on the left side of the tree. So yeah, it was, to say the least, a little bit strange. Nice pile of logs. You can imagine that's going to be worth a few dollars to us, eh? So yeah, like I say, avoid that. It's as well, there's things like the PDA, things weren't in the right spots. You go to where it says there's chickens on the map and you're standing in the middle of a puddle in a field. Same thing with the cows, they weren't where they stated they were on the map. None of the listings for the sell points actually stated they bought anything. When you go into the where the heck are we? This page? Yeah, there was 3 different categories. I don't remember what they were, but one of them was station. And if you looked at your map, almost every single one, except actually that was it. The biogas plant had its own, and then there was one other that had its own. Everything else was listed as station on the map, and yet when you looked at the standard fruits, nothing was listed on this side of the board, like actual prices anywhere. Not a single thing. So yeah, as well, I went for a little bit of a tour around the map before I realized how many weirdnesses there was, and there was things like this one road had this weird floating white line with dots. Now, I'm sure if you guys are map editors or map modders or whatever, you'll know what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty sure it's sort of one of these things that, you have on there when you're making the map, and then you sort of get rid of that before you... Okay, this is not a very good grab he's got on this one. Come on. Come on, get a better grab. No? Try a little bit there. No? How about that? Oh, I think we got you. No, that's still not... there must be a little tiny one in the very middle or something that's messing this up. This isn't a good load. Yeah. Not a good load at all. Well, let's just try and get it over there, shall we? Definitely not going to lay this one on the top. I think we'll have to drop it in the front. But we're certainly getting a nice pile of money up here with these guys, I'll tell you. So give these a push and see if we can't bunch them up a little bit. I'd really like it if this thing actually opened a little wider. You know what I mean? Because it tends to do that a lot. Actually hook logs. When you go to pull back, it'll catch the entire pile on the top again. There we go. Alright. That should be that pile taken care of. So yeah, this is basically what's been keeping me busy here, guys, is clearing these piles all into one, and then we can start actually planting. And as I say, I did have to advance a day because this does take a while, and it was starting to get just a wee bit dark. So, and this is, at least for me, difficult enough. Although I will tell you, without any reservation, that this is a lot quicker. As slow as it may seem, it is a lot quicker than what a mess. Than trying to use the crane, any of them. Come on, get in there. There we go. What do we got left? 2, 4, 5. Down to our last 5 piles, eh? Wow. Not bad. We were getting about 30k per tree for all these nice long lengths. So, like I said, we're gonna have, well, a few 100k anyway here. That's for sure. That's for sure. So it was also recommended, that rather than using the bear, I guess probably because I drove it off into the poor mill pond, to actually try the Flegel Timber Runner. So that's what we're going to do to transport these ones, is we'll see how much of it we can load. It's, the only thing is, it's a little big. I think we'll definitely want to start cutting 6-meter lengths if we're going to use that thing. Because I'm pretty sure you could stack 2 sets of these end to end. Like, it's a really long trailer. And that worries me a little bit, just in so much as I'm not sure. Come on. No, don't do that. There we go, I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know how it'll make out with these short guys. We'll go have a look at it here. Well, you can see it sitting right over there, so we'll just quickly take a spin down there and have a look at it. It's starting to look like a regular little log sort over here, right? Well, for those of you that have actually seen log sorts, I suppose. I know I've seen my share of them. And this is pretty much what they do, one way or another. And I have seen this particular machine. I won't say it was a Liebherr, I think it was probably a Cat, but I have watched a Cat do this exact job with a big log loader, and he'd come in just load after load. But generally they were, they'd have the trucks come in and tip them off. Or the other way they did it is they would have the trucks come in, tip them off into the mill pond, and then they'd have a thing called a Pico crane, which is a big, it's almost like 2 of these log grabbers hanging off the bottom of some steel cables in the form of a crane. And yeah, they pick up an entire bunch of these, like one entire boom. Because they used to boom logs separately, like each log floating by itself in a big boom. And then they started bundling the logs and actually making booms full of logs that are bundled. And it was kind of cool, because like I say, you could pick up an entire bundle. So as you can see, I think 5 meters comes to about here. So we've got, I don't know what the overall length of that is, but I'm going to say it's 12 meters, maybe longer. So we'll have to see. But apparently it's, you can tip the load to get your logs out. So that'll be really cool. And that's basically why I thought, hey, good idea. Now I think I've gotten rid of all the stumps. And you can see I've been using the Lambo there as a stump buster. And then I think I did come across one though, somewhere out here. Because I got to make sure all the stumps are gone, because our next stage is going to be to cut the grass. I don't particularly want to plow back here. I don't think that we'll need to, because we're just planting trees, right? But let me say, that's definitely the next step, is we'll want to get the grass cleared up. That will, oh, come on, don't keep rolling ahead of it like that. There we go. There we go. That looks like a pretty good grab. Ugh. I think we're almost at our weight limit on that one. Get the grass cut, and then we can actually start getting our orchard together, which I am looking forward to. Quite a pile of sticks. Whoa, I don't want to do that in particular. So what do we got? 3 left. Very nice. Well, I think, guys, that you've probably seen me do enough of this. I will pick up these last 3, and then, as I say, next step is we'll give her a good mow, and then we can decide. I may... I don't know. I'm just thinking that it would be kind of nice to actually maybe plow it out and cultivate, right? Then we don't have to worry about things growing back up again. I mean, it's just trees, so to say, if we do happen to have grass in the way, not a big deal. Come on, bunch up a little bit, you guys. There you go. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Come on. No. Come on, give me a good grab. Yeah, it's shaky. That's shaky. You got a couple of really thin ones are sort of sitting back to back, and they're kind of wedged in between the thick ones, so it's basically like having a spring-loaded bunch. But we made her. Nice, nice. Alright, guys, I'm going to pick up the last couple piles, and next time around we'll probably sell a little bit of this, and like I say, get some grass mowing going. Get her cleaned up, and decide if we want to, and I think I just may cut a strip out here and do the plow thing and all of that. So sure. Alright, I'm going to pick up those last 3 piles, get that dealt with, and we'll have a beautiful stack of logs here. Till then, though, guys, if you enjoy the series, please hit the like button. Helps me out a bunch, because it sort of gives you a little bit better positioning when other people are searching to watch a farm sim video, or something from the Hard Working Map, or whatever their query and question may be. And that helps. It gets them here. So, with that in mind, feel free to share, favorite, and like all of those happy things. And above all, take care of each other, folks. This has been Species7 for Farm Sim 15, the hard working map. Next time up, I think I'll bring you a map review of Munchwinkel. Till then, ciao for now.